A 60 million token airdrop worth $6.1 billion. Absolutely massive. But that's only the hypothetical worth of the TIA airdrop, because TIA futures have been trading at $3.15 ahead of its token listing on Binance, KuCoin, and Bybit today. And a big kudos to those who actually received the airdrop, because after all, that is free money. If you were successful, you might be asking yourself at which point you may want to exit. And what about someone like me, for example? I personally did not get the airdrop, but should I buy TIA now? What would be the best price at which to buy TIA if that's my decision? Is it overhyped or maybe an undervalued potential project at this stage? I'm going to break down all those questions which surround the Celestia airdrop in this video. Welcome to the channel. My name is Maddie and this is Altcoin Buzz. Best of luck if you choose to invest. Just remember that I'm not a financial or investment advisor. And that of course means that this video is not official financial or investment advice. So let's understand what I'm talking about just first and foremost. Today at 2 p.m. UTC, the Celestia mainnet goes live. And the first ever block it produces is the Genesis block. This Genesis block will distribute the TIA token airdrop to all eligible claimants. And if you are eligible, you're going to automatically receive your tokens in your wallets. Just as an example, here's what the Kepler wallet said on X, quote, "Your TIA airdrop will show up in your Kepler wallet as soon as Celestia mainnet launches. Make sure to enable Celestia in the chain visibility menu once it goes live." And KuCoin, Bybit, OKX, and BitGet will launch TIA at the same time, exactly at the same time as that mainnet launch. But really the big news is that Binance will also launch the TIA token. The only difference here is that Binance will launch 2 hours after the mainnet launch. Now's probably a good time to show you something that we posted in our Altcoin Buzz Alpha group. And if you haven't already joined, you can do so now and get a free month of subscription. After that, it's only $15 per month for a lot of value because, of course, you receive calls, trades, airdrop information like we're talking about today with Celestia, and of course, much more. But this is what we posted just a few days ago, which means that anybody that was taking this airdrop seriously got a major head start. And a lot of crypto users were even made aware of it in the first place because we were talking about it so much. Like I said, you're now eligible for 1 free month of Altcoin Buzz access. Just check out the details that I will include in the pinned comment and the description below. OTC deals are showing that TIA will list at $2, even though it's currently at $3. However, with the new Binance information, that price actually may go up by maybe $1 or $2. Both Arbitrum and Optimism have a $1.2 billion market cap, and Celestia will have a total supply of 1 billion TIA at Genesis. So just doing some very basic math here, that means a fully diluted market cap of $2 billion. And this market cap is highly overvalued and is less likely to dip as vesting begins. 33% of tokens belong to VCs, and these will contribute to the selling pressure, of course. Celestia, however, is likely to emulate the performance of Aptos, shown here. And that means that there's going to be a listing pump followed by a 50 to maybe 60% correction, so pretty significant, and then sideways movement thereafter. But any price above $4 is really good to take profit at. And if you see a listing pump of 60% or more, my advice would be to sell your tokens immediately. You can also consider selling your tokens equally in 4 separate instances. So the first 25% at the time of listing, the second 25% at the first pump, which is usually within a day or so, the third 25% within 1 week, and if the token is finding support at $2 especially, and then up to you, but you may want to hold that last quarter, that last 25% for the bull run. Of course, if you do decide to keep any of your TIA tokens, just remember that you can stake them and you can get them to actively work for you. But where does Celestia stand right now? Is it overhyped or is it the opposite? Is it underrated? Well, the fully diluted market cap of the TIA token is overvalued. That's true. And I mentioned already that most likely the value will dip. Now, don't get me wrong. Celestia is a good and a solid project. However, if the TIA price goes as high as $10 or more, it's an overreaction in terms of a high price. At that kind of a price, I would sell and buy back once the dust settles and the TIA price is more reasonable. So to recap, the project, yes, is maybe underrated, but we may see an overrated token price in the near-term future. And that's just due to the current excitement really about this airdrop and the launch. Okay, so as far as the TIA token and the airdrop business, we kind of got that out of the way, but let's actually rewind a little bit and talk about what is Celestia in the first place. It is a modular blockchain, and it's purpose-built to host rollups. Vitalik Buterin has shown a lot of interest in Celestia. It calls the Cosmos Hub its home, and other modular blockchains include, just for comparison purposes, Arbitrum, Optimism, zkSync, Starknet, and Scroll. A modular blockchain doesn't do everything itself like a monolithic chain would. Blockchains do need, though, for instance, consensus, execution, and settlement. A modular blockchain outsources at least one of these three components, and these tasks go to an external chain. So, for example, Celestia orders and publishes transactions, however, it doesn't execute them. And there are many new developments and announcements with Celestia. That's, of course, besides their mainnet launch, there's other stuff going on, believe me. Just as an example here, they are the first modular data availability network to integrate with Arbitrum Orbit. And then Blobstream introduces modular DA, or data availability streaming, to Ethereum. And then there's also Vimaka CLI, a free and open source tool for streamlining node operations across several networks. Plus, in addition, they just announced a partnership with Lumos, which is a ZK platform. So really, in its totality, Celestia really has some substance behind it. It's not only a pretty face, so to speak, but again, in our opinion, we may see an overvaluation of the token in the near future, TIA. So act accordingly, but this is still a very good project. Overall, underrated because it's going to be making a lot of headlines in the future. Just be sure to play that airdrop correctly. Best of luck.